Welcome back to another little Photoshop video. In this one we're going to quickly talk about cropping an image. Now cropping is a very simple idea. You'll see here I have a little picture loaded up. The crop tool, this one right here, also shares its spot with the slice tool. Don't worry about these. Crop tool is what we want for this video. And the crop tool just lets you basically do this. It lets you take a part of an image and you can fiddle with it. And when you're finished, just hit the check mark or double click. And that is now your image. So you've cropped it. You've basically cut the rest of the image away and it is gone. Now, when we say it's gone, yeah, it's pretty well gone. If you save the file right now, you're going to overwrite your old file. It's pretty well toast. And this is now the new image. So you got to be careful when you crop. I'll do a little Control-Alt-Z here. I'll go backwards. Okay, back to my full image. Now let's talk about a few options with the crop tool. Sometimes when you're grabbing pictures, you want to be pickier than just saying, hey, I want to crop and moving this little crop thing around. Like that's a pretty random size. If you're building something for, let's say, a website or for a video game or for a poster, you might want the picture to specifically fit in a certain size area. So there's a really nice feature you can do with the crop tool selected. There's a thing up here called ratio, or it has some very common ratios that you might use like square. It will keep your crop window a square no matter what, and then you can move it around and you can grab what you want to crop. Okay, so that's a nice little feature, right? You'll see here you have some common sizes that are found in different photos and photo frames. And then you have this one called ratio. Like for instance, let's say I know this is going to be going into a website and this is going to be a little title picture that's going to be 600 wide by 400 tall. I can type this here. Okay? I can type in 600 wide, 400 tall, and that ratio is going to be kept. Now that's really the same as 6:4. But you'll see here, now when I grab it, it always stays in that ratio 6:4. And I can move it exactly where I want to move it and get the piece I want and crop. The nice thing there, I know it's the perfect size for wherever that destination is because I've typed in the ratio. So that's a really nice one that I like to show students. As far as the crop tool goes, be aware that it's a lot different than copying a part of an image into another image. And I'll just show you a quick example of that. Let's say I want a part of this image onto this fresh Photoshop document. Here's the quick way to do it. Don't use the crop tool and kill your original image. Do something like this instead. Take the selection tool, select what you want, and the selection tool also has a little drop down for ratio. So let's say I want to make my ratio 6:4. Now when I do my cropping, there's my 6:4 window. I can move it where I want. This image is going to stay unchanged, but then I just do a little edit, copy, go to this one over here, edit, paste. And then you can use the move tool, pick it up, move it around, rotate it, do whatever you want. But that's a very fast way to get a piece of an image the right size. And you're going to see that in one of your assignments that you'll probably do, right? Where you got to grab a few images and use them and cut them out like that. So two different purposes, right? Crop tool actually crops your photo and ditches what you didn't want, whereas that little select and copy just copies a part of a photo. So you can decide when's a good time to use each of those.